Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Close your eyes. It almost feel like nothing changed at all. Does it almost feel like we've been here before? Irony, I've been having a lot of deja vu lately. I'm just resetting this deck before we get started today. Give y'all a second to come in. It is Saturday the 24th for me, but like I said, I figure these messages are always timeless. Whoever finds them, whatever there is. I've found some messages in some very strange places in my life, so 'tis what it tis. I don't know. There's been a big message that's been coming around lately. Rob keeps saying it actually, too. And keeps pulling it up as we've been messing around with stuff. And now there's two schools of thought on this. It's like, try a door. If it's locked, try another door. It's like you can jiggle the handle, you can knock, you can wait a minute, but how long are you going to stand there on the other side of a locked door before you move on? And now the other side to that is when you're trying to break through a barrier or an obstacle and you've been just going and 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 you're not getting anywhere. And then finally, you give up. But what you didn't know is it was like one more hit and it would have finally broken that dam. It's like you're on the river and you're all caught up on a tree and you've been banging it with your paddle and you can't get it out and you can't get it out. And the minute that you go, I give up, and get up out the boat and you go to step up on the shore, your boat breaks free and washes down the river without you. So that's kind of where the point where I'm at right now. It's like there's certain things like, my car is still not running. Still not running. Another $119 part. And it's just like I told you guys, like as soon as I can make it, but I'll need it to spend it on something right away. But yeah, I don't know. It's like the universe gave me a store, but then it took my way of getting up there to get it out. It's like anytime I try to work on the other channel, something gets in my way. But at the same time, it gave me stuff. So it's definitely is the door locked, or I'm gonna leave it face down because it fell face down. Is the door locked, or is this not a door but an obstacle? Ooh. And for all this, I forgot to mention yesterday morning that the moon entered Aquarius yesterday while I was recording, actually. And then today, it'll be in Aquarius all weekend. Goes into Pisces on Monday. Oh boy, it's going to be in Taurus for Halloween. That's great. Wunderbar. It should be interesting. I don't know. We got our yard decorated. Did you guys decorate for Halloween? We did our yard. I know I gave some of my friends who have channels the suggestion of decorating their backgrounds for Halloween and just changing, that's just an excuse to change it up. Like you should be changing your altar up every holiday too. I had a bunch of gourds and stuff that I got to put down on mine. I'll be doing a full-on Halloween altar this week. I am going to try and get those all the signed ones out. That's my other thing too. It's like every time I try to do what I know everybody does to get more views on their channels and stuff like that, it's like the more I try to do that stuff, every time I go to do the full Zodiac individual videos, there's always something, like I said, and is that a locked door? Is that the universe telling me, no, you're not supposed to do it that way? You can do it this way. See, I ask myself just as much questions as you guys do. Oh, all these solar flares too. Oh my goodness. If you guys been keeping up with the frequencies, if you haven't, look them up. Hope y'all are sleeping in. It's a Saturday morning. I'm the only lunatic awake right now. Getting charged up. I got the Zendan today. Which that is something too. I have never called out on the Zendan. But I got my pops. He's going to come and give me a ride to the Zendan. Who's my grandfather, who is the designated driver of the family. I love him to death. He is also an Aquarius. And so's his son, my uncle. And so's my aunt. My grandmother's a Scorpio. Let's see. I don't know. I spent some time looking at that too, the dynamics of different relationships. Oh, I also wanted anybody who watches this today, if you could please just take a moment and a deep breath and send some good jujus to Miss Shells. The reason she hasn't been on any lives or anything lately, or the reason that you guys probably haven't seen her in the chat rooms or nothing, and you don't really notice her, is because she has been very sick lately. So if you guys can just send her some good jujus. It's not like COVID or anything else like that. She has some bad mesh implants and stuff like that. So it's one of those situations where the doctors did something that was supposed to help, and now it's being recalled and all this other nonsense, and she is in a lot of pain. So any strength that you guys can send out to her today, I would really appreciate it. I'm definitely going to channel her some extra good jujus from the Zendan today while I'm there. I think Rob said he's going to go with me too so we can go fishing because it's right down the road from a beach. And my daughter, Ever the entrepreneur, one she has made herself. She's made a buddy. I told her she has to make one, but she has to keep the first one that she makes. It's really nice. So she's made a buddy, and she's told me that she doesn't want, she's going to make buddies instead of doing chores now to make money. And she also wants to come up with a recipe to make jelly slime fishing lures, like the wiggly jelly fishing lures. She wants to make those. And I was like, you make those, we could sell those at the Zendan too. I mean, for real. They would carry anything, and they're right next to the beach, so why not? I'm telling you, 2021. I'm ready for it. I know it's going to be hectic, but then again, 2020 was supposed to be hectic. And I don't know. Every now and then a wave will hit me where I'm just like, I'm so sick of it always being something. But then, like I said, then we started going back and forth with the Rosanna Dana stuff on Facebook. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it isn't this thing, it's another thing. Cause it is. What is it? That's life. That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. Whew. I hope you guys are taking it easy, riding these waves. I don't know about y'all, but I've been trying to choose the smoothest course. Tell you guys, I don't want the rapids. I'm not trying to get nowhere fast. Honestly, because I don't want to deal with it. I don't mind the 3D stuff, but what gets me with the 3D is the amount of paperwork involved in it. I hate paperwork. I hate filling it out. It's tedious, annoying. I mess it up all the time because it's tedious and annoying. It's like doing schoolwork. What's up, old man? What's up, Hiccup? What's the matter? Soul connections, you know. Hiccups attached to me and another person. I am assuming that they are not doing very good health-wise right now. I create familiars for other people. Yes, I must do that. Should I say it louder? I create familiars somehow. Or attract them, perhaps. Perhaps I attract familiars. Maybe I'll do a video just on how familiars are, or my theory on the creation of familiars. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just sage that energy out. Because there's no sense in dwelling on, one of the truest facts of being on Earth and being in this reality, dimension, hologram, whatever you would like to play with it. The one inevitable truth is no one really knows what's going on because no one's ever stayed dead long enough to figure it out and then come back. So the only truth we're left with then is eventually everything alive does die. I always love to think maybe I'm wrong about things like that. But I haven't been yet. Sorry, that took a dark little turn there for y'all, didn't it? Oh. Ooh. Why you dead people gotta be so cryptic? There's one thing I will say, though. Either we suffer from some sort of group mass hysteria, or there is definitely something on the other side. Because we're not. The hell are we talking to all the time? Yeah, that right. I just have the most creative mind on the planet. So much so that you can't. I have no need to be entertained by anything else. Whoop. There we go. All right. Let's get to it. One more. Let's get to it. Time to shine. Get back to you in a minute. All right. Shout out 143. I slurp my coffee on camera. I know, I'm such a lady. Here we go. All right. Oh. Ace of Swords. thoughts and words are in focus right now, at least on the 3D levels for a lot of people. Thoughts and words are in focus. I see victories coming ahead. Still a little bit worried about money, but definitely inspired and starting to make some big shift towards getting ready to manifest. Now she's overseeing what she needs to be doing right now, and she's ready to go, but be sure, remember I always say this card also comes with a lot of opinionated and hasty. Be very mindful of your words and your thoughts when you're in this. Don't when you're in a manifesting mode, right? You can manifest your fears and negativities just as quickly as you can manifest good things for yourself. So be mindful of that. As always, remember who's on your team. She's riding a dragon. You know, who's on your team and who's with you. Don't think just because you're angry at somebody that you manifested their bad time or whatever. I find that with empaths a lot of the times. Is for some reason it's like, oh, I think because I did ill wishing on them, did I somehow manifest that on them? No, you don't. No. It's co-creation, 1. And 2, yeah, that's how karma works. What is karma? Karma is this thing that chases you around and punishes people who don't like you. No, that's not how karma works at all. Karma is also kind of a mirror reflection. And karma is what goes around, comes back around. You can't, you can't pretend like if I'm just happy enough, karma won't get me. If I'm just project not worrying enough and that, or even forgiveness enough that it won't come back around on you. What goes around comes around. If you've been putting out good positive energy for the last few years, good positive energy will come back to you. But have no doubt that the shady things you did will come back on you too, always and forever. It will your choices in the 3D when you're not connected and things like that, and what you forget when you come here and everything else like that, that is the true test of your character, of your soul. Universe does not respond to what you project. It responds to you on the inside. And even if you've changed on the inside, the consequences of your actions of the past will always come back to you. You just have your choice how you choose to engage in them. All right? That's on the 3D level. I did see a victory for that with you guys, but just be mindful of that. You know, you don't escape karma. All right? On the 4D level, look at this. We have the King of Cups. Ooh. Where'd you go? Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. King of Cups, 10 of Cups, and I dropped it. Go me. King of Cups, 10 of Cups, the Lovers, the Prince of Pentacles, and the Princess of Swords. So I do see a lot of union on the 4D level. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that is that people, even if you're not in communication, are starting to I don't know about come together in the 4D, but at least hit the same frequency on that mindset, right? People are reaching new levels of like understanding and forgiveness and recognizing things more for what they are and learning what energies are theirs and what energies aren't theirs and learning how to balance that. That is the hardest thing to balance, is trying to figure out what energy is your energy and what energy is somebody else's energy. There'll be times where I'll be standing, I'll be doing something and I'll get a wash and I'll be so like sad, and I'll have to stand there for a minute and breathe it out, and I'll be like, where is it coming from? And then it'll take me a minute because I'm like, I'm not sad. What is there to be sad about here? Nothing's happening to trigger this here, so it can't be mine. And then, usually I'll ping who it is. I'll be like, oh, it's so-and-so, and they're going through, like today, Miss Shells is going through a lot right now. You'll get a confirmation of somebody who is suffering from something or whatever. You'll figure it out. And that's how you'll start to learn whose friends' energies are what, because once you start figuring those out, then you can figure out whose is who. And then you'll start noticing, okay, so-and-so is going through a hard time within like an hour or so. Send them love, send them strength, whatever they need. And then within an hour or so, you'll tend to either get some kind of message from them from someplace, saying they were having a hard time, to confirm that for you. And then you'll, start to be able to recognize whose energy is whose. But yeah, so King of Cups, in control of the emotion, and this is the masculine cards. That's wonderful. So the masculines are kind of coming out of this too, which is great. The objective is both sides are supposed to be balanced, people, right? The other day, it was mostly the feminines were all, even keeled, and the masculines were upside down for a little bit there. So this is nice that they are finally looking a little bit upright. 10 of Cups, even within their thoughts and whatever, and it ain't nothing but love. Look. Kids playing around. A snake. The snake is around an egg. The eagle and the lion there. That means something to y'all. I think that's like the strength card there too. You get Cupid up there on top. Kind of looks like Sagittarius Archer. And then you got these two. The Prince of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords. So what? The Prince of Money, the Prince of Earth, and the Princess of Air and Words and Thoughts. It's still some immature. So it's still on an immature level, but the 4D is very innocent and childlike anyway. It's supposed to be, yeah, like those montages in movies where like people like slip and fall in the creek or whatever, and it's the happy romantic comedy side of it, you know what I'm saying? Or the teenager side of it, where before anybody was trying to sleep with anybody, what did you go and do with your boyfriends, right? But we we ran around in the woods, we hung out with friends in their basements and things like that. It's that kind of energy, that kind of innocent energy that I'm really sensing right there. And it could be a lot of nostalgia from some of you if you guys are dealing with a connection that you've had a long time. But if that's where you pull the love from, that's fine. You can look back on those happy memories. You know what I'm saying? Before the world changed, your twin or your soulmate or whatever it is, whoever it is that you're connected to on that level. You can still have that there. That's how you find the love. Woo, 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 woo. There we go. That's where you find the love, is in the innocent part of it, before everybody messes it up by before the ego gets the hand on it, And that's where you can find, yeah. Like I said, when I look back on my memories and stuff like that, I don't focus on the bad stuff. Why? Why focus on the bad stuff? Because quite honestly, if you look back hard enough, you'll realize that there was a time where it was mostly good stuff. It was good and boring, right? It was either happy, good times or pretty boring times, right? But then when bad things start to happen, for some reason, bad memories overshadow the good memories, and they're fresher. And then, it's bad or boring. That's when things start to go haywire. It's either boring, and then when it's not boring, it's bad. And people forget about how much time goes on where it's just boring, mundane, day-to-day life. So, all right, I think that's enough messages for that line. All right, so top line, the oversoul is getting into What are we working with towards the 5D energies that are going on right now? Still got the Six of Swords, still the Rite of Passage. Still, I love this card because it's like, it doesn't have the douche canoe in it for one. You know, he's tiptoeing across those stones. He's got 2 swords in his hand, 4 sticking out of the water. You know, I don't know. I suddenly got the Lady of the Lake thing going on here with these. It's like, which sword do you choose? You know, which sword do you choose? You're trying to explain things throughout these levels. So you're connected to the 5D, 4D, 3D, right? And you're trying to explain things on the 3D levels to help people get to the 5D level thought process with you. But which sword do you choose? Because the Lady of the Lake already chose you, but now look at that. Which sword is real? Which is just an illusion? Are you going to put down the 2 swords that you brought with you from the 3D to grab another sword? Talk about a rite of passage. All right. I got the Knight of Pentacles again. So that energy has definitely transcended up through. You know, the Knight of Pentacles. So the 5D is something you need to get more routine oriented, become more efficient in the things that you're doing. I know it's something that I've been desperately trying to do. Losing the car is not helping that. But around the house and things like that, yeah, it's time to start getting more routine and more efficient in the way you do things. If not routine, at least find more efficient ways of doing the things that you have been doing, all right? If things are taking you a long time to get done, get out of the way, whatever, and you end up procrastinating because it's too complicated, it's time to kind of manage it down to where it's a more manageable thing. Here we go again. We got the 4 of Cauldrons here. You know, and I always say the 4 of Cups for me is, I've always seen it as the overindulgence card. I've always seen it as a person sitting drunk up against a tree and they've already had 3 glasses and they're trashed and they're leaned up there dozing out. And then the universe is like handing them another cup to see if they'll keep drinking. So now this is kind of like that. He's passed out laying down. His cup is empty and she's filling it from up here. But I'm just going to keep filling your cup with this. Just going to keep filling your cup. You passed out, you've had enough, but when you wake up, what are you going to do? Are you going to be smart enough to pour that cup out and go about your day? Or are you going to finish that glass from the night before you go to sleep or before you start your day? It's an important message for somebody out there. Be mindful of these energies when you're playing with them. Not everybody is on your team. Some people are only connected to you for a benefit to them. They just want your energy. They just want the drive. They just want the passion. They just want, as the Queen of Fire, I deal with this a lot. I deal with a lot of people who like to come to me because I am I'm the Aries Sun, Leo Rising, Sagittarian Moon. So I'm very much, so much fire. It's not even funny. And I have a Venus in Pisces. So I'm very compassionate. People take advantage of that. People take advantage of the fact that once I care for them, I always care for them. And they feel like they can feed off my energy anytime they want to. Be mindful. Not everybody is on your team, even in the 5D. Right? And then we got the 5 of Cauldrons here, which for me, especially in this deck, is an overindulgence and not paying attention to what's behind you. So I'm getting a lot of sense that if you're feeling disconnected from the 5D, it's an overindulging problem that's keeping you disconnected. It's an indulgence issue. What? Too much is going on over here. Look at all these. You're just spilling cups. You got one left there. She's not even happy, so she's not even drinking. She's having fun. She's drinking, and her mind's someplace else, not paying attention to what needs to be paid attention to back here. She's about to get that cold cup dumped on her head by a kid in the background. You know. So this is a higher thought process that some people are going through right now. Definitely. And it's what are you numbing you from? What are you numbing yourself from? Because that's what's stopping you from activating fully. You know, you can be in the most perfect, picturesque life that you can think of, but if it's not your perfect, picturesque life, you're never going to be happy in it. I mean, just because everybody else says that you should have the white picket fence and, the good husband and, the perfect kids and stuff like that. That was a big thing back in the day, just in general over the last few hundred years. You would be amazed how many people like you guys act like trans and gay people are new. Or not you guys, but you know what I'm talking about. They've always existed. They were just forced to play by society's rules back then. So, these people, they grew up, they found themselves, they did what they were told to do. They found themselves good husbands or good partners. They rocked out a couple of kids and they did the American dream or whatever, the basic cookie cutter life that they were supposed, and they were absolutely miserable people. They ended up being horrid parents. A lot of toxic karmic family cycles come from this. Someone was gay down the line and they were miserable as shit, or a woman who didn't really like kids. People get on my friends. I have friends that don't want kids, and people are like, "Oh, you're gonna want them. You're gonna," and they're like, "No, not really. No, I don't. I don't want kids. Like, I'm 36. I don't want kids." I'm like, "Leave them alone. I live vicariously through her now. Leave her alone. She is fine the way she is. If she don't want them, she don't want them." And a lot of people were forced to have children. I did not have the children mentality. And it caused a lot of toxic karmic cycles. So just be mindful of that when you're going through your day. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're perfect, if you're a perfectly kept woman, spoiled to no end and everything else. And life is technically perfect. And you would look stupid if you said that you were unhappy in the situation. But if it's not where you're meant to be, you're never going to be happy there. I have no other way of saying that. Trying to figure out another way of, because you don't want to come off as ungrateful, and I get that. I get that. Like what? I don't want to be ungrateful for all the work that my partner has done and everything else like that, but you just hit a point where you're just like, I just can't, nothing's going to reconcile that for you either. Only you can in your own mind. I don't know if there's a way that you can. Oh, damn it! Why is this always doing updates while I'm trying to do video? You can reconcile it in your own mind, and you can put yourself in. And what was the other thing that we said the other day? It was along the lines of once you're awake, you can never go back to sleep. And it's not what he said. Damn, I have to ask him later what it was. Maybe we'll do a video later. But there was a saying that someone said, and I was like, that's very much like, once you take the red pill, you've taken the red pill. Once you're aware that, I don't know. Once you're aware that that's not what you really want, then that is a seed that's already been planted, and it will keep coming up. And it's going to come up for a while. It said I did 10 years in my first marriage, and I was trying to make it work. And, I should have left in the very beginning, but I stayed. And then after a few years, then I ended up pregnant. Next thing you know, I had 2 kids. And then it took me till I was 30 to finally be like, dude, all right, so I am not going to be able to pull off this stay with my baby daddy thing. I thought I was, I tried really hard, but we're just both making each other miserable, and this is just getting exponentially worse as time goes on. So just is what it is, you know. And I don't even think, even if our life was perfect, I don't think we could have made that work. Point blank period, just the way I feel about it now. All right? Don't blind yourself to pain. If you are in pain, do not blind yourself to it. You need to find out where it's coming from. You need to figure out how to heal it, okay? Don't blind yourself from it. You know, I see a parasite here. Now that's a message I was channeling that kept coming up a lot too. Sometimes the well-kept person is a battery for the other person. They need you because you have so much energy. That's what I was saying. Triple fire sign. I'm used to this. What? You are the battery. You are the recharging station. But you're where they get all their energy from. And that's why, even though you're so, I don't know, that's why you feel, even though you're well kept. And now please do not, good morning, magical. That's funny. It's funny because you just popped into my head. I'm talking about, you know, people using you as a battery, right? And that's the parasite card, and blinding yourself to the pain. And I kept getting this message of being well kept. And I was like, please don't tack that on to any specific person that you think I'm talking to. And I was trying to think of other examples. And I'm sorry, I'm busting you out right now. Being well kept. You're well cared for, you know, like, you know, money wise and stuff like that, but you still get rocked and people still feed on your energy, right? And that's what you've been working through. I'm sorry to bust you out like that, but you know, there's just an example, you know, that I'm not talking about one person. A lot of people are on these type of timelines. Yes, energy vampires that are kind of parasitic, and, you know, and you blind yourself to the pain. You know, and this doesn't have to be your partner either. Like, this could be your kids, you know, especially grown kids can tend to be parasites. What? It's like, bah, you know, get off. No, I don't need to feed you no more. You know, mommy did her part. You know, so don't attach that to one type of relationship, and don't watch my videos thinking that I'm talking smack about other people. These are general messages. I deal with a lot of timelines and a lot of different things. Yeah. Yep, that's why cutting the umbilical cord is such a big thing. You know. And it goes both ways. As long as that connection's open, still, it could go both ways. Sometimes it's a parent being a parasite on the child still. You know. You got to understand what's parasitic. What do they genuinely need help with, and what is just being parasitic? If it's a recurring pattern, it's probably parasitic. All right. This is y'all's wake up call. And then I got Vision Quest here, right? So the Vision Quest is going on the bare minimum, and it's going within your own mind. And a lot of people have been doing, you know, micro streaming and things like that. I don't really, I don't do hallucinogens. I think I'm a batshit crazy enough without it. But, you know, that's what a lot of people will take for these things, a vision quest of some kind, or do a deep meditation, do some lucid dreaming meditations, do some, you know, theta, beta wave, hypnosis and guided hypnosis and things of that nature. Time to really start digging deep into the subconscious and getting it. Yeah, I can go there all, but I don't need hallucinogens, but you see these eyeballs? Yeah, they see a lot of shit already. This is a big wake-up call, tsunami. I'm telling you, you're going to get here, you're going to get here. The wake-up call is going to be who's the parasite and who's blinding themselves to the pain. You know, everybody's going through it, and it's not, I don't ever want anybody to just give up on their relationships and things like that, but you got to figure out where the balance is and where you're unbalanced, and can you save it, and is it what you really want? And I know people are always scared of losing you're scared of losing your friend. I'm just going to put that out there. You're scared of losing your best friend. And I get that. I lost my best friend. I lost my best friend because I realized that I couldn't be in a romantic relationship with him anymore. And he technically didn't do anything wrong. So what can I say? Big messages today were don't run from karma. Your past will come up and you will be expected to pay your debts. Another one that we are all working with right now. And 2 is, that's 2. Yeah, it's heavy today, man. I'm getting pumped up for the Zen Den, or trying to, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of getting heavy. The 40, you go back though, the 40 was pretty cool. The 40, it's starting to balance out, but in balancing out, that's what's going to cause these waves. But in order to balance yourself, you have to get rid of where it's unbalanced. It's like walking on a tightrope and you have your big stick. It keeps you balanced, right? Well, if your stick has a weight on one side that's not supposed to be there, you're going to keep falling no matter what you do. Unless you lean all the way to this side, then you got to balance it. It's got to be balanced. All right. For our magical card. We got insight. Opens the third eye and strengthens intuition. The Philosopher's Stones, powerful manifestation of wishes, goals, and harnessing universal energy. Definitely in the pyramid. I'm bringing my pyramid with me up to the Zen Den today. The power symbol, cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. As always, make healthy choices for yourself. And, work on cleansing and purifying. Definitely. You want to get all the processed crap out of your diets, things of that nature. Look, if you're here and you're going to get on me about me not telling you that McDonald's is unhealthy, I mean, look, I eat it sometimes too, but good Lord, y'all, you're supposed to be talk about, you want to be high energy light beings. You got to let go of some of that dense crap that nobody needs to be eating. Time to shine. Creates an energetic resonance for golden opportunities. So definitely for me, my shiny days are forever at the Zen Den. I love that place so much. So it is your time to shine. Shine your light, keep shining, and make the choices that are best for you. And I'm telling you now, it's really sad because you're going to shine your light and you're going to be all bright and shiny. And then it's going to hit a point where you got to leave a connection or let go of a connection. And that person's going to be so shocked because they're going to be like, but you've been all shiny. And I thought I was making you shiny. And you're looking at them like, no, you stopped making me shiny a long time ago. Mama been making herself shiny for a while now. Right? I love you guys so much. Oh, look, 43 minutes and 41 seconds. Shout out to the 143. I still mess it up. I don't understand my dyslexic retarded self, but I love you guys. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and windy paths with me. Magic, I'll talk to you after you're done watching the playback. Love y'all. Catch you tomorrow.